I just played Which Way Up. It's
Sapha.
so I just played Which Way Up. It is currently priced at $15 on the Steam store. So it's pretty pocket friendly. We're featuring my cat because it's fun. This is a game mainly about performing a set of tasks, often requiring some kind of depository. They only have 3 specific sections of different kinds of levels. You get this one set of levels that are based within a normal everyday platforming kind of thing. You have a different set of levels that are based within a golfing mechanic where you're shooting different like comic spheres over to a goalpost. And then you have this section of levels where essentially you're kind of playing soccer. I like these ones the most. I think it's pretty fun to kind of just bounce the balls around and try to figure out how to get them inside of the different goals. I think all of the physics-based stuff is really, really cool. They have some really neat gravity mechanics where you kind of can run around these different like blobs of platforms everywhere. I think the gravity in most cases works pretty much exactly how you would expect it to work. But in some areas, kind of like some of the more difficult golfing stages and some of the more difficult soccer stages, it kind of gets a little finicky. You kind of don't really have that much of an understanding of exactly where the specific objects are going to bounce off of or exactly where they're going to go. Sometimes you'll think that you have it inside of the goalpost, but out of nowhere it just bounces off of the side of it for no fucking reason at all. Or you'll be playing the golf levels and you'll shoot them into the current of like different little planetoids, and basically it'll kind of just wiggle around in a way that you kind of don't expect. And while I think that kind of stuff makes sense, I think having something more so like an Angry Birds like arc thing, or if you've played something like Defunct, generally just give the player a better idea of where they're exactly going or where exactly they're shooting their, comet into. The platforming stages I think are really, really fun, mostly because I'm someone that likes platformers in general. The only actual criticism that I have for them, as well as for the entire game, is that I don't exactly know why. I'm assuming it's because it's a demo, but for me, the restart button was kind of strange. Into a corner like I have right here. But this, I don't understand this. It's fine. It's just kind of flawed in a sense where you can't restart from the first stage. When you're playing and you restart, it basically just kind of like resets everything back to the beginning. I don't think there is a a losing state. I think a lot of games that have instant restarts, thing that comes to my mind is like Sonic Frontiers or something. You can die in that game. So they know to restart the level if you die and you haven't hit a checkpoint. So it's easier to implement an instant restart mechanic as opposed to Which Way Up that seems to just load the first set of like obstacles before. Not being able to restart in the beginning makes it really annoying, because the levels are based around time attack, and when you mess up the beginning of the level, it's kind of difficult to just restart. They don't even have something where you can restart from like the start menu. I think just simply having that would probably make it way better. I presume that they're gonna fix that when the full game releases. It seems to be an actual glitch. Also, the platforming segments, they're some of them are kind of weird. You get locked inside of crevices and you can't move for some odd reason. That doesn't really happen anywhere else in the game at all. I'm kind of calm on that. I'm not really going to criticize them that much for it, considering that when you have physics and you have any form of geometry at all in the levels, it's pretty easy to find yourself getting locked inside of places or trapped inside of different geometry, trapped inside of corners and crevices. You could tell that they make an actual effort to prevent that from happening, due to the fact that a lot of the planetoids and the obstacles are more like rounded. None of them have like really sharp corners, because in that case it'll probably be way easier to, get yourself locked into a sequence. Just more work, more cleaning up is really all I probably ask for from the game. And yeah, this is my disjointed review of Which Way Up.